Call this meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any adjustments that need to be made?
We need to add.
We're adding,
the
we're adding the Boston Post to the very beginning of new business.
Okay. And then I think we need to add Jerry to the agenda. You know what's unclear, the request was to be on the agenda, correct?
Oh, yeah.
That you sent?
I don't know why he's still here.
Okay. So
That point's perfectly clear. It's in the Maine State Constitution, Norm.
Jerry,
You don't have,
Jerry.
You don't have a choice, and you don't have a choice.
would you
Go
follow
ahead.
the ordinance, please? So you want to be added to the agenda.
Yes,
Thank you.
I think that's what my email stated.
Actually, your
Okay.
email did not state that. We read it in great detail. You made an assumption.
Right here.
Yeah, got it right here too. All right.
Right, so we'll add him to new business.
Yep. Right at the bottom of the business after,
Yep.
okay?
I've looked over the prior meeting minutes. They seem to be in order. I make a motion that we accept them as written.
A second?
All in favor? Looked over the treasurer's warrant, small and easy. I make a motion that we accept it. All in favor?
Good.
All right. Moving on to new business, the presentation of the Boston Post cane.
But you guys have the honor.
Is there certain things that need to be said or?
You could just say what's here.
Clint Ritchie. It is definitely my honor on behalf of the Sullivan Select Board to present you with the Boston Post cane. The town of Sullivan, Maine bestows this certificate as a symbolic representation to Clint Ritchie. And you, sir, are now the owner of the cane.
Quite an honor, and think it's really sad. I'd like to find out a little more history, but I couldn't hear you right. But through the years, you see someone receive it. Say, oh, that's kind of cool, you know. And I never thought I'd be one of someone. It's an honor. And there are a lot of people to thank for it. The most important one is my wife. She served to get to 395. Anyway, good luck, Sullivan, continue, to everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Clint.
Now, to keep everything, not hide it behind your chimney.
Not hide behind chimney. Exactly.
Use it to whack those guys that deliver sand and salt to you. Chase them off your property.
Now, I have a much thicker one.
Oh, for Rob and I, when we come up. Good night.
Have a good night, Clint. Select board nomination papers are available. Okay. Moving on to Spirit of America Award nominations. Do we have any?
No, just to announce that we'll be seeking nominations.
All right. And what are the criteria for the Spirit of America Award?
You know, I don't remember. Let's pull it up here. Hang on 1 second. Be patient for a second. I think so. It is the volunteer one.
Right, that it can be a person or an organization.
Person or a group. Yep.
How does this work? Do we post the criteria out and put an?
Yeah, we have a spot. I did it last year. We populate on the website,
Okay.
you know, nominate your Spirit of America Citizen of the Year.
Okay.
So we'll put that up there. It's
Can we announce those at the town meeting?
We've done it anywhere from town meeting to Sullivan Days, either in between, depending on what the consensus is that we have somebody.
Last one I think was Sullivan Days, wasn't it?
A couple years ago, Sullivan Days,
Sullivan Day would be. Cool. I think it's a cool time to do it.
because
Do it every year.
they've tried to, get past recipients of that to be the grand marshals in the parade, and they've all said no.
Yep, that was the goal.
Yeah.
All right, and then also along with that is the Citizen of the Year nominations.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody knows somebody that should be nominated, please nominate them.
Same thing with the criteria for that.
Yep.
Okay.
And that will be posted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to Mr. Herbs.
The floor is yours, sir.
I'll wait till the comment time, go through everything you have to get through. If you don't mind. Or are you done with the town business?
We're done with new business. We put you at the bottom of new business.
All right. So is there any reason why you're gonna ignore Title 38? Section 2505, I sent you the information.
Did you read the last item on that? The very last, I went out and read it, researched it.
Yeah.
Limitation of recall. An elected official may be the subject of a recall petition under this section only if the official is convicted of a crime, the conduct of which occurred during the official's term of office, and the victim of which is the municipality,
The conduct,
and
the conduct.
of which occurred during the official's term, and the victim of which is the municipality. Under legal, he didn't do anything against the town of Sullivan, so it doesn't apply.
Conduct.
He was not,
Conduct.
he was not convicted of a crime. The conduct of the crime,
No. Conduct is part of it.
the conduct of the crime, that means the definition of the crime. It doesn't apply, Jerry.
No,
We don't have
it's
a leg to
conduct.
stand on.
His code, there's a code of conduct. And how he puts himself in the public is part of that code of conduct.
He did not
You
communicate.
can't.
I just read it
Get
to
your
you.
lawyer then.
You
dude.
get your lawyer.
No, all I'm here for is to pick up the petitions so I can get them signed. I get 40 people.
You need 65.
I can get 65. You're an embarrassment.
Does not apply, Gary.
Jerry, you don't need to be calling names and anything else. I understand you want
I'm
to.
not calling names. I'm saying the truth.
You-
I'm saying the truth. It's an embarrassment to have one of the select people of this town go in public, act the way they do when they get intoxicated. And now they have a DUI that they're fighting to get whatever. Good luck on that.
Jerry, it doesn't apply. I went out, researched it. It doesn't apply.
Okay, so you're the chair now?
No. You're directing the
Step
allegation
down.
against him, so
You
I
have a choice.
It's not fair for him to have to defend himself. We went out, researched this, and this is what we came up with.
Been found guilty, hasn't it?
Huh?
He hasn't been found guilty.
It's not just only the OUI, but it's how he acts when he gets drunk. He's got an alcohol problem.
Yeah.
Do you see that or don't you?
Well, I don't know.
Or if
he's
you
got
go
a problem.
drinking with him,
I don't have to know if he's got a problem or not. Anyone can just go out and have a drink and get caught. You don't have to have a drinking problem.
And you're talking about a Halloween party.
You know,
how you acted in a public place.
All right, well, it doesn't apply. So
And this, I'm not just saying this
What
from
else?
to say, I've seen videos from it, so people were there.
yeah, it was a party, Jerry.
I get that. They said, hey, look at Norman, look how he's acting.
Next on your list.
I guess that's up for you. I'd like to know when the budget committee minutes will be submitted to me.
The budget committee minutes are on the website, on the budget committee page.
Yeah,
When did that come on?
I wanted,
They've been there.
Jerry, I wanted to talk to you because you had some valid questions in your email about the budget committee last year and why they weren't at the meeting, at the town meeting. So you had valid points, and I wanted to address those with you because you had some insight on what went on with that stuff last year. Do you want to do that now or do you want to wait?
No, I'd rather wait and set a time up where three of us can sit, because I know we can't sit one-on-one, right?
Sure we can.
Okay,
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you now what happened. I was on the budget committee. We had 4 or 5. Don was on the budget committee. And the intent was to do exactly what you wanted. We were planning on having the budget committee at the front of the town meeting, and Don can verify this with me.
okay.
And I haven't kibitzed with Don beforehand. And we actually, you walked in there were name tags for all of us up there. Okay? I resigned from the committee because I didn't agree with how the chairman was running the committee. So I resigned, so I wasn't going to sit up there. By the time I got to the meeting, the town meeting, the chairman didn't show up. And it wasn't fair for Don to be up there all by himself. He tried, but the chairman didn't show up for the meeting. And so we don't know what happened. And there were no meetings after that. So Ray and I sent a note to the chairman a couple weeks ago, asking him to remove himself from the committee. So to your point is you had valid points. Yes, that's what we wanted to do, but they weren't there. John resigned from the committee. I had resigned from the committee. I think Don was the only one left at that point.
Bethany had a name tag up there, but she didn't come.
Yeah, they never showed up. The intent was for them to get up there and talk about it. So that addresses
So we
your
passed the budget anyway.
Yeah, because the budget committee,
Thank you, Mr. Al.
the budget committee does not create the budget. The town manager creates the budget. It goes to the budget committee for review and fine tuning. And I think Ray attended 2 of the meetings total with us. He presented it to us. And then we had a 2 or 3 hour over that in that room session with Ray. And we just, the committee, we all went through it. And at that point in time, my disagreement with the chairman came up. So I said, it's not worth my getting upset about. So I just backed out. So what happened past that with the chairman, I don't know. But
You're not worth fighting for something.
not for my health, no, not for the budget, but I knew what it was going to be and I knew how it was put together. And I was fine with it. I didn't like the way he was going about doing it. The budget was less than it was the year before. We gave money back to the taxpayers, which is what the goal was. That came before the select board. The select board approved that approach. That's what went to the town meeting. The town voted on it. The town passed it.
Okay, so the town meeting's in June, right?
Yep.
So in May, we should have 90 days before that meeting, we're supposed to have a meeting. Have we ever done that? And during that meeting, it's in the Constitution of Maine. During that meeting, you're supposed to nominate your selectmen that are coming up, who isn't on the 3-year. They get voted in during that town meeting. Also, huh?
Selectmen?
Yes,
No, selectmen could vote on in June.
No.
Yes.
not according to the Maine Constitution.
That's not true. That's what they've been
So
doing.
the Constitution draw.
It-
It's pretty, it's pretty, understandable on that one.
Jerry, could
Not
you-
all these subsections. to
Could you
cross back
resend
and forth.
the title? Because it says you talk about the meeting in there and you reference the title that we're not right
Well,
there.
this is something I was gonna bring up later, but I just wanted to know your answer on that. Cause it says in there, you're supposed to have a meeting 30 days prior, so April, May. The meeting, you're supposed to nominate your select people at that time. You have to look under municipal law. You can't
No,
look under state law.
Right now, today. This is how the nomination process goes. Someone comes in and picks up the nomination papers.
Mhm.
They go and get signatures to nominate them to be to be voted on in June. that's how it works. There's 100 days today from elections in June. They're supposed to have this in by April 9th. I believe it is, right? Yes, by 5 p.m. on April 9th, which is 60 days before the election.
I'll send you the thing. 'Cause that's,
You're taking classes on the thing.
No,
I don't care.
Gary,
It's in the fucking book.
Gary, would you send it, please?
Yes.
I'd like, because what you referenced in here doesn't apply to that. It goes back to the select board person. I think you've got a typo in your document. Because you referenced the same title that you referenced above in the select board document.
Then I may have made that a mistake.
Yeah, so I looked, because I wanted to read it, so I didn't see it in there. If you resend that, I'd appreciate it.
Because that's why I want to ask, why don't we don't have those meetings before and after?
Yeah, I know John Keenan had an issue with it as well, and we addressed
Ian's
it.
got an issue with a lot of shit, and he makes a lot of sense. I want you to know.
I happen to agree with you. I've learned a lot from him. So anyway, if you could resend that, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, so the town's insurance policy and what's it covered? I want a copy of the policy. That's Freedom of Information Act.
You said you want a copy of the town's $30,000 insurance policies.
What it says that's what it says you paid for it in the budget.
That's what we
The
budgeted.
line item in the budget covers workman's comp insurance and property and
I
casualty.
get it. I just want to know all that covers and that it costs $30,000.
No, that's what he budgeted for. That's not what it costs.
That's not the expenditure.
I think we looked at the expenditure.
Again, thank you, Al.
I think we looked at the expenditure today, Ray. Where are we on that? 23?
Year to date.
So is that what we do when we get a new fire truck and we decide that this new particular truck needs $50,000 more maintenance on top of the $30,000 that was initially there? Is that what we do? We just throw in a fucking ballpark out there
No,
and making us pay for it?
no, because insurance costs, as you know, very.
Insurance is different. I'm talking about maintenance.
Oh, I thought you were talking about insurance. You
No,
asked
no.
about the insurance policy.
Insurance, it's pretty clear where I'm on. And I want to know the total is and and if it comes out to like 10, 12 grand, why are you asking for 30?
It's currently at $23,701.40.
8 grand, which is what percentage closely?
It's
40%?
Jerry, have you ever put a budget together in your life?
Yes.
Where? You don't say, you say you go for worst case scenario in the budget. Our insurance costs could go up through the year. It's better to be over budgeted than under budgeted.
Okay.
That's exactly, we're fine. If you're within $8,000 and the year's not over yet, we could have a hit to the insurance policy that costs us more money.
And the budget was under last year's budget. We saved taxpayers money.
Any money that's not spent, it's not like we're putting in our pocket, it goes back to the town. Last year, we put money back towards the mill rate.
But our taxes still go up.
That's based on the valuation of your property. The mill rate was almost identical to what it was last year.
You want to get into that one too?
I'm not gonna give you a class, go take a class on how this stuff
No, I'll
works.
tell you, we're the only town that does our property taxes this way. Albert doesn't even do it that way. Go in and say, I need to come in your house and see what's there. See how good it is.
It's-
All the other towns, all the other towns, what they do, if it's a brand new home, that's how it's done, because it's gotta be inspected now. The old homes, it's done the old way. Footprint on the property,
All right,
that's all. Who does maintenance on town vehicles?
I think you had a whole list of folks depending on what needs to be
Yeah.
done.
Everything depends on what vehicle you're talking about and what the service is.
I think I know who does the fire trucks now, because I met them the other day, and they were at the shed. I just wanna know who does, I guess it'd be the chief and the EMT chief's vehicles, right?
We have more than 2 vehicles.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
vehicle are you talking about? which vehicle are you talking about? Cause,
It's one of the list of who does all the maintenance.
and it's gonna depend on what maintenance is being done on what vehicle. So you wanna know every single vendor that touches those trucks.
Sure. Need to bring up the, well, yeah, I will. But I want him to know where it's coming from. I want copies of the fire and EMT's last year reimbursement expenditures, including documentation that was filled out as well as all receipts, FOAA.
GB,
How can we get the local MDOT down here to do something about our roads? Supervisor, you come into a meeting and sit down where he can be questioned.
if we have, I know Ray has a contact name and phone number for the local guy that you can send him a note directly. I asked Ray, when I saw that, I said, have we had a number of citizens come in and ask for this? And he replied, no, that you're the only person. So rather than a whole meeting, can we, do you want to direct?
No. There's been other people complaining about trees hanging in the roads and all this other shit. Not me. I'm just the one that's more vocal to this board about it.
Okay. I'm not gonna bring in a guy for someone vocal to the board if we don't have a audience for him.
Okay.
So,
As simple as putting it on the town's website saying, hey, how do you feel about this?
well, we put out a thing for a road committee and asked people's input on the roads and nobody responded, so.
Road task force.
Yeah,
Nobody
then
signed
nobody
up.
responded, so we asked for that.
Well, I don't know much about building roads, but you know, I wouldn't be impressed with Taunton Bay after the other day when I drove down it.
Well, it's
I mean, I know it's frost heaving and stuff, but I'd like to see, I don't know, I have a funny feeling it won't go back in the summertime.
I bet it will.
Okay,
We didn't rebuild it, we paved it, we didn't.
right,
rebuild
that's what I was gonna say, then they didn't knock down the high spots
They
and
shipped,
fill the low
they shipped
spots.
the whole road that's mixing there that deep, and it only called for an inch and a half.
Okay,
And we got our money's worth, and they were $60,000 cheaper than anybody else, and guarantee that road's gonna flatten out come spring. We didn't rebuild it, we just paved it.
So to go back, Jerry, do you want this guy's contact information or do you want us to put an announcement?
no,
out?
just, all I need is information, if I wanna contact them, I'll find their information and contact them.
Ray, can you provide that to him?
Mhm.
Thank you.
His name is Andrew Allen.
Oh, just send him,
You
yeah,
got it.
send him, do you want it now? We can send you an email if it's easier.
What's the policy on the fire chief and the EMT chief's vehicle?
You want the email on his information or you wanna take it down?
Email, fine, thank you.
Don't know.
There's a use policy.
Yeah, there's a use policy.
What's the use
I,
policy?
I don't know.
What's the use policy?
It's not, Mike, you don't have to answer him. That can come through us. We can find that and get it to you.
There is none.
I don't know. It does not.
Really, really, who does the website?
Generally me.
Huh?
Generally me.
You do all the add-ons and takeaways and
Mhm.
all the website design and everything?
Mhm.
Website's very confusing, right?
You have any suggestions?
Yes. There's information spread sporadically throughout the thing, and that's why I said when I looked at all the policies, I had to. Because some policies had information that should have been in another policy. Or a page should be set up different. I don't know. I can sit down and waste it.
Yeah, I agree. The
Light
web-
years ahead of where we were 5 years
Yeah,
ago.
but, and I agree, it could use.
We're not though. You know why? Because this board right here has held up my constitutional rights for 9 years, not 5 years,
Jerry,
9 years.
go get a lawyer. You come in and you say the same thing every day and nothing
It's-
changes.
No.
Go get a lawyer if you're screwing up that.
Nobody's been on this board for 9 years.
Huh?
Nobody's been here for 9 years. It's a 3-year term.
Yeah, but there's still people, huh?
It's a
It doesn't
3-year
matter.
term.
You could have fixed it 2 years ago.
We've
Or
been
3
trying.
years ago. You said you were gonna help on it,
And
and you did
we've
nothing.
we got it, the.
When is the
prohibition
last time
repealed.
the Kansas board even
We've got
met?
a cannabis board meeting with the ordinance.
They were here
January.
presenting to us, was it last week or last meeting?
Was the first week in February?
Before that, I believe.
Their plan is, Jerry, to have an ordinance to be voted on by the town meeting
Yeah, in June.
in June. They were here, they presented to us, and they said they hope to have
Why
it.
is the town even voting on it? It was only supposed to go to ordinance. It's already been approved.
All ordinances have to be approved by the town.
Along with what was Don, what was the thing we were waiting for 30 years to write up?
The comprehensive plan.
Comp plan. I was gonna say that, but I felt it was wrong. Right?
That went through.
No ordinance is supposed to be passed out of comp plan.
No, that's not true.
It is true.
No.
They didn't tell 7 towns they're liars,
I guess so. What's next on your list?
huh?
And
What's
you-
next on your list?
I just have one more thing, to say, and no offense to you, Don. But is it true you slapped somebody in here? One night?
In here? No.
Come on.
Wasn't in
You
here.
smacked somebody on the back of the neck in meeting because you didn't like what he said.
No.
I wish he was here to say,
You talking about Keenan?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what happened. there.
Guys, no, no.
the reason I'm asking this is because what you guys did to me, because nothing happened to him. Oh, you physically hit somebody, Don. Okay.
Right, so I think
Moving on.
the action item is, Ray send them an email with the contact information.
Done.
For that, yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Any other action items on that?
Not that I know of.
Okay,
Moving on to old business.
all right.
DM and Jake contract.
So, since you guys voted to make your move that you did, need someone to sign off. At last meeting, you guys voted to raise the rates and stick with stuff.
Triple the rates.
Yeah,
And
But
do-
since you're gonna do that and not remove demo at all and not
Right.
modify demo other than rates.
Yep.
That's the contract we have to sign for him.
Okay,
I want to ask him about removing the trailers on Libby Lane and all that stuff, but I don't want to, Moose Lane, whatever.
Moose.
Moose.
So-
There's one on the van, one on.
So-
Okay.
So I want to ask yeah, so I want to ask GM and J about quoting for that, but I want to make sure I get this to him instead of asking him for more stuff.
Does this need signature?
Yes.
And then we're gonna set up, talk to him about putting in a unit for a spring and a fall dump.
Those are easy. We don't have to contract for that.
Yeah. That's the one time deal.
Yep. Sharon, I got a question for you. If we did a free bulk day, where you can bring any bulky stuff that day.
Sorry, I have trouble hearing.
If the town did a free bulk trash day, so like you had some kind of couch that you had hanging around and you were able to bring it to the transfer station and get rid of it.
Yeah.
And we were gonna do it in the spring and the fall.
That's great.
When is good to do it? Good month? Good month in the spring, good month in the fall. Pick it. May. What about the fall?
Maybe the first part of October.
There you go, May and October.
There we go.
Holiday, people would typically here, a summer person, they have a camp or something.
I mean, like Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Well, that falls in May.
President.
There's just people that,
That's another long weekend.
Well, you gotta remember too, it's like if it's on the weekend, like.
We
I
have
work-
them in the
I
past.
work
Yeah,
summers
we're gonna
and
do it again.
October.
If we did it before Memorial Day, I could help. If we did it after, say, October 8th, I think.
Yeah, well, it's the second weekend in
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
So,
We could do it at the weekend that leads into Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Instead of at the weekend when people are actually doing stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You guys tell me what works best.
And that's him.
I just have one more question, I got here.
Yes, sir.
Those two complaints I filed, Ray, what has happened with those?
Jerry, that stuff was handled by him, and he does not have to report back to you on that. Because that is a personnel matter at this stage. And she reports to him. And the complaints were noted. I asked him if he addressed them, and he said yes. He told me what he did to address, but that's not public business. That is private business on a personnel issue. It's no different. Any business going, you don't talk about anything you're doing with your employees in a public forum. Your complaints were noted, your complaints were addressed. The best I can tell you on that. She is not a public official, that these guys are not, or he's not. Holding the public like this, he reports up to it, and it's on us. So it was addressed.
She reports to him only,
Yes, she does not.
not to us.
Not, well.
You said us. She
He
only reports to him.
reports to us.
Chain of command.
Reports to us. She does not. I asked him if he addressed it, and he did. He told me what he did. Satisfactory.
Satisfactory for you.
Russ. You gotta appreciate the thing with the military backgrounds. Same thing.
Whoa, I did. But, you know, I was in the military, not McHale's Navy.
Okay.
It's coming. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Moving on to town property plowing contract. Discussion of extending.
I received that.
I would like to comment on how this thing come about in the beginning when the town contractor always did it.
Okay.
And now it's costing us $75,000 for 3 years. And why wasn't it offered to the contractor that has always done it?
Who was the contractor that always did it?
Well, Neil Jordan was out doing it, LC Davis.
So when it went out,
Why did it even go out to bid?
Yeah.
And it never made it to Ellsworth American. I've had 3 people want to bid on it.
this year?
Yeah.
For this one? Well, remember we talked, and that was on mine. You and I, he wasn't
I
here.
wasn't here.
You and I sat there and he said, I can renew it. I've done a good job. Didn't I? Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Mike does a good job, but the way the whole thing come about, why did it even? It's costing 75,000 more.
Why was it separated?
And right, why was it separated in the first place?
I can't answer. What I know about it is they use a different type of mixture.
Why it was separate is the select board made a mistake.
Oh, rec board made a mistake. So,
We separated it. It's been separate ever since.
yeah,
I mean, and
yeah,
you
and
know,
I-
Willie said he would do it. And we got the salt in the shed, but I just think it should have been in the Ellsworth American to start with.
Yeah.
Because the Bangor Daily, no one sees it, you know, and I just don't know why it even was separated.
Can I agree with you and say we probably didn't do it right? But since we set precedents, it is absolutely unfair for us to treat him different than we treated Willie at this stage.
But Willie's went out to bid in the Ellsworth American originally.
Yeah, originally, I don't. I wish we could go back and do it all right the first time, Greg, but I don't know how to do that. And if for some reason, if we said to Mr. Pinkham there, nope, we're not doing it, I believe he would have a case against this town if he wanted to press it.
Well, I say
Assuming
give
what
it a
happened
year,
before
and then
was
bid legally.
Well, then we got.
they didn't put it in the bid for his other things that Mike does. And so they had to hire somebody.
It's costing us 75,000 more. It didn't come out of Willie's contract.
That's what separated
He did
two
wrong.
different contracts.
There was another
Bud messed up.
contract.
When Bud said, here's the description of what you should advertise, he didn't advertise the town stuff. Only had a list of town roads.
Gotcha.
So how can you add on town properties on someone's bid that you have in your hand? You didn't have them.
Right.
So then the board at that point said, well, now you have to put this out. And they had me put out a separate one. And we need it ASAP because it's October and it's gonna snow any second. What paper can you get it into ASAP to get it out there?
Mhm.
Only paper we could get it into to have it out there was Bangor Daily because they could guarantee us immediate coverage where the Ellsworth American was not gonna fit what the select board was asking.
But I can tell you. when
It was
we had
outside of the
first-
criteria of what the select board said.
We didn't have hardly any snow the first year or the second. year.
Well,
This is what the select board wanted them.
yeah, that's how it ended up.
That's how it ended up.
Yeah.
But now, because the precedent that was set at the last meeting, we have to treat him
Yep.
as fairly.
Because the decision was made to extend the roads without modifying anything,
That we can't go back.
your opportunity to put them together, you lost for 3 years. Because the decision was made. You had to get them.
I think,
It's like we're putting over this next.
well,
this is-
if we decide to do this in a year, there's a way to do it. With both Willie's contract and with Mike's contract. We would terminate both contracts and start over again
In a year.
in a year.
That's fine with me. Just, I'm here working with taxpayers and
Oh, yeah.
pay $75,000 more, you know.
Yeah.
My mowing contract is only for a year, but every other contract town of Sullivan is 3 years, which I don't understand why that.
Yeah. So I think that's something we need to look at in a year's time because, yeah, I agree with,
I mean,
Could have
nothing
done it
against
better.
Mike, he done a good job, but, you know, I'm working for taxpayers and, you know, the whole thing
Yeah,
wasn't right from day one.
right. So in my understanding of this one, we talked to Willie, he didn't want the town stuff,
Well, I've had 3 people contact me and want to bid on it,
just the town stuff.
just the town
Town
stuff.
stuff.
And Willie's son said he was,
Well,
you know, we got the salt in the shed, I mean.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think it, you know, nothing against you, Mike, but I just think it was a.
Yeah, next time around, they can
yeah,
consolidate them.
yeah, I agree. But
I know. he
I
said
stepped in,
this, I
yeah,
know.
so. And I talked to you afterwards about it, yeah, so I,
You got a question?
Yeah.
Mention. Neil's contract. Neil put in for it, Neil won, low bid. You know, second,
Who's Neil?
Neil Jordan. He accepted the contract, Neil got an offer to plow his whole town,
and then you walked away.
and he gave up that contract. Willie's contract was $75,000 more for the 3-year term over what Neil planned. What's the difference?
Yeah.
You know, you're not complaining about going up 75 on the roads.
Mike, it's not this versus that, it's the way the process was done.
Right.
They got messed up.
And to Greg's point, I agree with him on it, and we're still in it. Now, in the future, I suggest we still go out with 2 contracts. When we decide in a year's time, are we okay, do we want to renew it, or are we gonna go out to rebid again? We can terminate the contract.
You can terminate the contract without just cause, just if you want it.
No, because of the whole way it went.
No,
That's not gonna be a valid reason for it.
yeah, right. So that's something will come up again.
It's serious for roads have to seriously mess up. They have to terminate, the contract terminated per that contract. You can't just terminate somebody just because you gotta,
Now it's gonna cost us $99,000.
and present up over a year for the
But
contract.
does Willie get 10%?
Yes, he did. Did you not read what you signed?
It actually
He went up 10%.
total 3% a year.
Three.
3.3% a year, total of 10%.
Right, in 3 years.
That's, no, he bid it flat out. It comes out to 3.3% a year. Same as Mike's.
I mean, any rental contract is like 2 or 3% a year increase.
Yeah, 3.3%. Averaged out over 3 years.
For a total of 10.
Right now, we got to sign it.
And then do what?
And then we look at it in a year's time and see if we want to break the contract or not.
Finish it out and then the end of the 3 years. We'll roll back together.
Greg, you don't have to sign it if you don't want to. Okay, that's fine. We don't have to be in complete agreement every time.
You know, I'm trying to save the town taxpayers money.
Yep.
Not spend it.
Yep.
Well, so here's another little bit of information. The last snowstorm we had less than an inch of snow. That contract says 2 inches.
Yeah.
I was in here, I cleaned up the doorsteps and I salted the entire parking.
Mike, no one's questioning the job.
I'm doing over and above what the
Okay,
contract is.
How many times did you plow the first two you did it?
Doesn't matter. You win some, you lose
Well,
some.
right, but I mean, it equals out,
Hopefully.
This year I've done well over.
right? But the first 2 years, you made a fortune.
It is what it is.
Greg,
Mm.
Greg, you are absolutely within your rights and agree with what you're saying, but this is not an easy way out of this one.
Yeah.
The way that we're going.
Look at that.
I think we're gonna go, this is a motion to do what you just did. Because that way we have on record that there was a
All right.
statement.
I make the motion to accept.
The second,
All in favor?
I don't have.
all opposed? 2 in favor, 1 opposed.
There you go. Legal beagle.
Sorry.
All right, moving on to, update on the shellfish opportunity.
No.
Other Mike's not here.
Yes. I spoke with Mike Pinkham. He's still in Florida. We went through the contract.
Mhm.
We got all the wording and everything hashed out. So at next meeting, we will present and have that all signed off. But we did finalize the wording and the verbiage.
Nice.
So that is the update to that.
Don't
There is an update.
we have an update on tree trimming?
I actually gave, no, you guys wanted a copy of what we had out last time.
Right, we talked about. to make
So
sure-
here's that, the top is the ad, and the back is brief description we had on the website.
Now, how do
Let
we-
me know what you want to change, what you want to do, what you want to say.
What was done last time? Does it have to all be done again, Greg?
Well, there's parts of the Rancher Road, but of course, the power company's going through here now.
Yeah,
Just a few spots on Grange Hall. Thorn Road, probably most of them. Wasn't, Harborview Drive supposed to be on the list?
Harbor View as far as trees, but yeah, no, Northern's been doing the Harbor View stuff. We,
On the side of the power lines.
yeah, the other side, that gets road mode, and they don't want none of that touched. Yeah.
And no, they don't want the bamboo top.
No. Whatever that nasty grass is, they don't want that cut. It's their road barrier. They don't want it cut. They don't want it gone. Don't touch it. They did it once by mistake, and that was a mistake. Rob Marshall knows, do not cut the funky grass.
it was something that John recommended, that we put something, and Greg, you guys are talking about distance from the center line to the edge of the road.
Yeah.
Right, finding the width of the road and going through the center.
Yeah, so do we,
Looking at uniform across the board.
yeah, so do we want to put that in the bid, or how does that usually
Well,
work?
we gotta find out the
Oh.
right way.
The one thing also that John had pointed out that one time is the center of the road isn't always the center of the road.
Right, but he agreed that we just,
We do this.
So if you had like a 6-foot shoulder off the edge of the road, you'd need, how much off the ditch type of stuff, because that's consistent no matter where you go.
Right way,
Hmm.
2 different.
Well, right way, wrong way. Taunton is both. Depends on where you stand, and it changes as you go.
The right way.
Different,
It's different.
it's different, different measurement
Totally separate.
based on when the road was put in, when that section of road was there.
Mhm.
You know,
Like,
it's-
Route 1 would be a right way,
Mhm.
general. Your sub roads, Taunton, Berkeley are probably a wrong way. Because they don't get as far in, people drive into those
Yep.
problems.
and then you get into
But because before the bridge, Taunton was,
Okay, so Harold, so how do we put that in the bid?
initially when we had talked about it the first time, it was how far off the edge. So if you said
6 feet off the.
6 foot off the edge of the road, even if it's shy, it's still, you gain that much more, that much more edge. It was supposed to be 8 foot off the edge of the road. And that was the discussion with every contractor, was 8 foot off the edge of the road and bring me 15 feet up. Every contract had the same conversation, but it wasn't written down. So if you said, well, let's build in the conserve 6 feet off the edge and bring me up. And the 15 foot was so a truck could get under it.
Mhm.
That was the whole logic behind it.
So under the scope, we need to add a line item, no greater than 6 feet off the edge of the road. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Because no matter what, it gains us. When we had everybody in here at the town meeting discussing this, some people volunteered. So what can we do? Well, you can keep this much there. And if you keep that, if you make that wide, that opening clear, then we can mow it and it's not going to come back. That's all I got to do? Yeah. Oh, I could do that.
Well,
That's a save the taxpayer money gig.
They did some work last year. So that would change the mileage that's on this proposal,
Mm-hmm.
or on this request.
And we could alter what it says.
No, yeah, point.
No.
I think I pulled 0.88 off of, oh, what the heck? It was like a DOT thing somewhere that got me the mileage.
Right.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have Moranci.
Field.
You really want to do Thorn, finish up Grange Hall, maybe hit the stuff up on whatever short stretch on Harborview. Nothing under the power line since they're going through there. Yeah, so it will leave sparse amount of stuff to take care of. I think really anything under the power lines, we should try and kick that off on Versant to be like, this is horrible, this is a danger, this is this, this is that. Because they got those crews in town and they're going at stuff.
Yeah.
Well, when they went a couple of years ago and had that machine that crawled under the power lines and just tore the snot out of everything. They got from my house down to just past your house, and they stopped. Like, oh, gee, thanks. But they had gone up Tunk Lake Road. They did Upper Tunk, and it clogged up that culvert, Mike.
Oh,
That culvert that you and I was standing like neck deep in a ditch with.
In the big pond trying to clean it out.
Yeah. Because they had done it there, and it clogged up there, and the whole other side of the road that flowed over the road with all wood chip. But if you want to add that in, so
Okay,
Moranci's a no, right? Moranci's gone. Whatever the heck it is, Moranci's gone.
But there's some left.
yeah.
Then I think we should,
No string?
yeah, I think that's one of those flag trees. Just say this one, so they don't get a whole stretch. It's this, that, this here, maybe that is it. Maybe it's whatever's left on Grange Hall. Flag these things here. So maybe if flagging out needs to be done first.
That's left within the right away.
And what about the cleanup on Grange Hall Road of any debris that was left? That was a complaint last year. So if that can be scooped up as well.
Right. Why didn't we hold the contractor available for debris removal?
At the time when it all kind of fell apart,
Yeah.
it was just get him out of here type of thing.
Yeah. Like, sorry, you gotta go.
Yeah.
There's the door.
It's okay done by.
We have to do a drive-by on these roads and check, right? So that's what makes sense to me.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'll drive by. Would you drive by one time too and get your opinion? We'll bring our opinions next time and see what we found.
Do you guys need some tree tape?
What the hell is tree tape for?
Orange ribbon.
Orange, pink, yellow,
There's
pick
like
a color.
one tree. Field.
You got tree tapes?
I'll get you some.
Yeah.
I probably have a roll of orange, but I can get you some anyway.
So who gets there first? If it's taped, Greg was there first, just that first. Okay, so we want to focus on Thorn, Range Hall, and see what's left on Moranci.
Don't forget the couple on Harborview.
And then Herbert.
I don't know why we don't do Pumpkinville. That's the only road
I
we
guess
got left.
I was gonna ask you why we don't do
What's
Pumpkin.
Right, I mean, other than that, we're almost all done.
Well, I think if they had done this successfully, we could have hit Pumpkinville with no thought
It's not
behind
a
it.
whole lot.
Yeah, why don't we
We're
have,
in business.
why don't we,
At
Pumpkin?
all.
Yeah, because Rob and I deliver sand up to,
Right, there's some trees right out.
yeah, right after the snowstorm, it
Yeah.
gets a little penalty up there. Yeah.
I think no matter what, I know like up on Thorn and I think up on Pumpkinville, there are some folks that have apple trees at the side of the road. We should kind of let them know
Yeah.
this is going to end up going. Because you don't want to go. I remember as a kid, I planted a huge apple tree that kind of leaned into the neighbor's yard that there was no house. And the contractor came and they basically went from the trunk and they half the tree. I was like, what'd you do? Well, it's leaning in the yard.
Can we have the option for folks to do this, to flag their trees once their arborists start? To protect them and skip certain trees, or is
As
it?
long as they trim them.
as
Yeah,
long
I
as they
think-
trim them?
Well,
Yeah, we
that's why.
decided we're gonna send a letter
Yeah,
beforehand and.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, if you wanna take care of this yourself. Flag it
So
yourself.
if we have flagged it, and then we let folks know, give them an option to take care of it themselves.
Mhm.
No one can say, I had no clue.
when you flag it, you just put it on the base of the tree.
Well, I mean, then they might think the whole tree come down, you
Yeah.
know, I would flag the sections that need to be done and, just tell people in between the flags, or just, I don't know, it's a tough call.
Yeah, it's,
People do love their trees.
it'd almost be easier if we just had a couple guys out there in the open, like the old days, and Frank Edmund do it.
Like Rusty and I was-
Yeah,
We,
you rushed
we
it.
did Thorn Road last time it's done.
If I had a little bucket truck, like a little telephone van with a little bucket in the back, that'd be awesome. You just drive down the road and whack, 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 whack. And some punch from a little trailer, pick, 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 pick. And you go down and you just take care of it all in 2 days. But I don't have a bucket truck. I would use it to hang my Christmas lights if I did.
Let's drive around, see what we see and come back, we'll talk about it next time, just from 2 points of view, because I'll have a list of questions, but Greg, what about this? Fish? Right,
Moving on to road maintenance, road selection. Our next paving project.
Mm-hmm. Bless you, I think.
Well, we need to head around and see what pulps, how you drive, one behind the Dunbar store, there's like
Right,
one
Miramar?
culvert- Miramar, there's one culvert that needs to be replaced and really that road's almost ready. There's a little bit of ditching probably for 200 feet and that road's ready to pave.
Mhm. Now, I knew we paved Taunton, but wasn't there another road we were paving last year?
Well, we should do going down to Blaisdell Cemetery, that road's a mess.
The River Road?
River Road.
It's paved.
Yep.
Yeah, it's paved.
I didn't even know that was paved.
Yeah.
It's paved to a point. But then you also have
And that's Town Road.
Moranci. That took a beating last year in the winter.
yeah, Rob and I were up there a couple weeks ago doing the dirt.
The end of Town Pond Road is bad.
I would like to, Ray, for next meeting, could you have that list of the roads?
Which roads?
The ones with the mileage and how bad they are.
Mileage, remember the one that,
You want the survey?
yeah, the
Easy.
survey,
All color coded and whatnot.
Easy.
and, bring it to the meeting, and let's make our decisions off that one. Cause I
Mhm.
want to really base it on, cause I'm, kind of simple. Which ones have the most
Traffic.
population on them?
Population.
Yeah. Hit
Yeah,
those
Right,
first.
and we ought to it's easier to repave than it is rebuild.
Yeah,
You know, if we can save one by paving it rather than waiting and then having to rebuild it.
so what an approach to this would be, we go through, get the list, we're kicking off names, but I want the list in front of us, all of us to agree. And go out and look at it, come back and say, yep, and agree with it. And before it's agreed, it's gonna be you, cause I don't know what I'm looking at.
Well, you know as much.
Yeah, I mean, I can say it looks bad.
Eaton, Gary said in their bid on the, Taunton Drive said they would carry on the same price for this year if we wanted more done.
Yeah.
It was $112 a ton.
Is that good?
That's real good. The other ones go up.
So,
They got to do a little bit better.
That's
job.
tabled for next week?
But,
yeah, like, it's a
Yeah.
little
yeah,
in the middle of the road.
I wasn't there the day they finished and I would have made them rake the joint if I'd been there.
Sullivan ramp repair.
I spoke with Alan and he has Donnie Tozier on the, on call for as soon as the weather gives in, that he can go out and give an estimate on what we need, but
Both ramps?
he's gonna take a look at both, yeah. But we need everything to the weather to give us a break, so we can get out there and actually give a realistic.
Yeah, right now they're covered in ice, at least on that landing's covered.
Yeah, it just doesn't help. So, waiting on weather.
Waiting. Budget committee?
I've heard no response from anybody that wants to be part of.
So is
Really? He does it.
West Cove gonna be liable for any of the work done on the town landing?
Well, last year we asked them to stop using that big giant machine out there because they even saw that they were tearing everything up.
Mhm.
Saw that.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're done with this. I met with, Christopher, first Christopher.
Yeah.
I met with him late last fall. When he was using the big rig going up there, and we had him to agree to stop using that rig because it almost slid off into my little pond. Yeah. Now I know that Graham had talked to him and he had agreed for increased mooring fees.
Nothing was set.
But
He
nobody ever followed up with him. And I didn't bring it up to him.
he agreed to taking on some kind of a cost for being able to use it in the manner that he was.
Yeah. 'Cause
But we
he's
never
doing it for
visited that.
Commercial ramp.
Hmm.
And he's not getting charged for that.
That was the need for that big loader.
No. Well, he's not using the bigger rig
No.
anymore. So,
So we're supposed to have a harbor
So
master
it's not
report
for the
too, so.
I'm sorry?
Until it's time to put the dogs back.
Yeah, he can be here tonight.
Well, there's gonna be an issue.
Always
if that's-
when you need 'em.
It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, he told me he wasn't gonna use it anymore. So
What do you use?
he just uses a little trailer with a tractor attachment
Oh,
to it.
right, the lift trailer.
Yeah, the lift trailer, 'cause that's what he used before he used the big one. And as soon as he used the big one is where the road got messed up. So,
And we don't have a harbor master here to
No, he could not make it.
talk about it. All right, so nobody wants budget committee.
Got no response.
I got a couple comments. You want to save it for public comment about budget?
Well, if you,
we're talking about
Budget
budget now, fine.
One thing, the nature of the role of the budget committee has changed a lot in the last couple of years. Used to be, before we had Trio and before we had Amy and before we caught up with all of our financial accounts, the budget committee was really charged with figuring out where we stood so that we could set a mill rate. And we were basically catching up with the last 2 years worth of accounts.
Mhm.
That was a lot of work. We don't do that. This last year, Ray did it all. I mean, he came to the meeting with a big
Spreadsheet.
set of spreadsheet of, this is what we spent last year, this is what I think we should spend next year.
And this is where we are year to date.
Yeah, this is, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
It didn't take much effort at all.
It shouldn't have.
And what I'm proposing is I think we need to change the direction of where the budget committee goes to fill in another hole that I don't think is being addressed very well at all. And that's future.
You missed my spiel from last meeting.
We've got
the accountant doing past tense. We've got the town office doing present tense. Who does future tense? You guys. That's structurally, that's where it lies. And I don't think you guys are selected on the strength of your ability to look through the crystal ball. I think you should be delegating that to a committee somewhere.
Yeah, and by nature of this board, the turnover is tremendous on this. There's no consistency on it.
Yeah, so I got some questions here about future. How are we gonna fund the new fire station?
Remember the conversations we had about capital accounts? There's a whole scribble up here.
Mhm.
So I was speaking to Josh McIntyre, who's the town manager in Goldsboro. We're idly talking. He says something about I have a whole spreadsheet for capital investment accounts. I went, ooh. He said, want me to send it to you? Yeah. It is like, I think it's a 10-year plan on here's what your thing is, here's all your line items that's possible, here's where you start, and it just populates itself all the way across. You put no, and you can plan. I need to buy this here. Here's how many years, and it helps you figure out how you're gonna accumulate that over time to buy it because you know you're gonna have to. Those things are what we need. The
Yeah.
future thinking, which we never got to.
Right now, it feels to me like our plan for the fire station is to wait for Senator Plattner to bring the fork home. You know?
Mm-mm. Now, within that, I've been working with the Hancock County Planning Commission on the work that was done prior. So myself, Mike, and Ryan met with HCPC. They're helping us put together the next congressional, the CDS grant. I'm like, okay, here's where we are. Here's this, here's that, here's that. Like, okay, great. They're doing, they write grants. They get grants awarded. That's what their gig is. And they're going hard and fast with all the data to help us get the best submission. So taking action on that, yeah. Doing stuff like cutting the town office off of it, because that's not what it's original. That's not what the Hastings House property was originally intended for to begin with. It was for a firehouse. When we sat with the reps from anybody you could send this thing to, they told us you're shooting too high with asking for this whole giant building. It's too much. You're not going to get it. Take off the town office. Just make it a firehouse. Then we're getting the points of, but what if this was also a heating cooling center? Oh, that's an extra point. All these things that they know that help get us extra points. We've been working hard and heavy.
Topic we've got on the fires, to Don's point.
Okay, the point was, as far as long-term goes, we got the fire station, we got, what are we gonna do with the urine house? What are we doing with the, Gordon Wharf House? What is the relationship with the adult head going to be in the long term? Can we do pushback against RSU 24? I know their budget is outside of the strength of our budget, but why are they so goddamn expensive in every other place? I know the answer. I'm not going to say it in a public forum. And it's not insulting to the RSU. They're doing a real good job with the situation they've been put in. But the average expenditure per student in this county is around $21,000 a year. They're budgeting $34,000. Just for context, if you look at the list of the states that are the most expensive states in the country, now this is for statewide average, the most expensive state in the country is New York. They spend $32,000. Why are we above that? I know what the answer is, and it's a lot of the blame falls on the way this town administered its school system in the old days, decades ago. We've got a lot of bad karma coming back to us, and we shouldn't make a big fuss at the public meetings, but we should work executive to executive with the commissioner, the school commissioner, and say, how do we get this situation back under control? Because it's clearly out of control now. Is anybody working on that besides me? This really is your job, I think. That's the single biggest item in our budget. And who's working on it? So that's my point, is that there seems to be a hole in the organization of, who's supposed to be looking at money in the future. The other point I wanted to make about the budget committee is we had a fiasco last year because it was just sort of a come as you want. you know, anybody who wanted to come in the door, could come in the door, and we got people coming and going, and they wanted to speak at a meeting about something we'd already spoken about at the previous meeting, and they wanted to come in and bitch about stuff that wasn't true. And I think to do this kind of financial work, you need people who know about finance and municipal operations and economics. And you should have people who know the difference, say, between a municipal bond and James bond.
Mhm.
And I think some of the people who were here earlier might not know that. But the qualifications of who does that work shouldn't just be random selection. And that seems to be the direction we're going, is anybody who walks in the door can be on the committee. And I really object to that.
Don, nobody's walking in the door. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to be on the committee.
I can believe that.
Even with the promise of, hey, we're not gonna look at the budget as so much as, like you're saying, the future. Explained it about the future and how do you pay for it and this and that. And even with the whole new spin, we've gotten nothing.
Closest we've had that is with the planning board. The planning board and the long-term plan.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where I,
The comp plan.
yeah, the comp plan.
Well, that was another question I had, is what is the relationship, if any, between budget committee and the planning board? Is,
None.
Don, you
Mm-mm.
keep saying the budget committee. There is no budget committee. It doesn't exist.
well, as it was.
It doesn't exist at all.
We need one.
There is nothing.
There is nothing.
We have nobody.
Do you
There is
know anybody?
I agree with what you said, but we're not gonna get 4 people to sit in a room with them and go through this. If you've got a way to do it, or if you know a way to do it, figure it out.
I'd like to explore these things like with a group of people.
Yeah.
How do we look towards the future? How do we get the general population to understand that we're looking
Mhm.
towards the future? That we're not going to say, "Oh, surprise! The roof fell off the building. How are we going to pay for it?" We've been planning for it all along because we know it's going to happen.
Ask them to come join us on this stuff, and they both refused.
There are a lot of people out there with past experience. Some of them have past trauma with their experience, which doesn't make them want to experience anymore.
Yeah, so
And that's the cruddy part.
keep asking, keep fighting ideas. I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna work on these 2 individuals still, because they are both qualified to do exactly what you're talking about. So,
It's not for the lack of want. This is something we want to do. Bring this town looking forward in the right direction. With a group of people from the community, they're just not coming.
and where we are now, and I know you're frustrated, you've been doing this a lot longer than I have here. But where we are now versus where we were when I first got here, like you said, having the budget already there, have it audited, done, have everything done. Okay, we gotta crawl before we can walk. We're ready to walk and start trotting now, I think.
In comparison, a couple of years before you got back involved, we sent Mike out in front of a hostile crowd at a special town meeting to beg for $600,000 loan for a fire truck because we didn't know that we had the money in a reserve account.
I thought you just did that on purpose.
Well, and let's keep that in
It's
perspective.
one of the great things. we don't-
Let's keep in perspective. Over the time from when the ask was for that fire truck to when the fire truck was delivered and we paid for it, I think we left $750 in the account. Over. Without having to cut a bond or do anything else. So through the efforts of the community, we were able to do this.
Okay, so I don't wanna, do you have anything else, Don? Okay. Yes, you're right, keep going for it, and yes, we wanna do that. I don't know how to get it there yet, because we need certain things that we're willing to put down with this, and do it, and we haven't been able to find anything to do.
I would like to see former select board members and former county managers on that.
I'd like to see former select board members and former town managers come to these meetings. So,
All right. Speaking of town manager, moving on, town manager report.
Speaking of budget,
Let me, don't want to blow you off. I'm as frustrated as you are on this. And so, keep working on it, and I'm gonna keep working on the two individuals.
because regardless of participation of the populace, we still have to put a budget together and get a budget ready for the
Yep.
town to vote on.
Yeah.
We still have to do our job.
But what you're doing is, like I said, kind of different. And I think we can do both at the same time. So, yeah.
So speaking of budget, I had done the county taxes came in, what's gonna be for next year. So I had done a guess, building the budget year over year. So I went poking around their meeting minutes, and they were saying 11.64% was the guesstimate from them. It's more like 11. I was over by $3,500. So we're looking at $147,000, $147,279.71 for the budget for next go round. So that's like $13,000 or $12,000 increase.
You're not
One of the
hearing
things we don't
from the
control.
public and school district.
I haven't found it.
So, the town had been notified that we're getting $1,000 check from the settlement of a lawsuit. Check came in.
Yay.
With regards to roads and posting roads, White Sign, my friends at White Sign, we didn't have enough of the flexible paper signs. I ordered, like, we had to call on everybody in the assist. I finally found that White Sign, who we buy our street signs from, sells the signs. They are thick as anything. It's got to be at least double the card stock that it was. Nice, snappy signs. So we'll have that. Not that we're not looking into a permanent measure of sign.
You put on, post it till further notice?
Yeah, UFN always. So we can make them up tomorrow. Do you think it can hold off till Wednesday? Good,
It's gonna be storm.
good, because I ordered for the label maker, ordered clear tape that prints black. So we'll print them all and stick them on. So no one's going, I couldn't read your handwriting. You can read a font. If you read the whole sign, you can read what I wrote. So we'll do them, they'll be nice. I don't know if you remember a while ago, we had a question over company CoreLogic that does usually does almost everybody's. I have a mortgage, I pay the mortgage, the CoreLogic pays the taxes on behalf of, Wells Fargo and et cetera, et cetera. It seems that they paid someone's taxes that the person paid the taxes anyway.
Right.
So it was a request for a refund. I said, we're not going to give you a refund until we hear from the actual property owner. Well, I heard from her today. She said, please release the funds to them. So I'll figure out how we're going to do that tomorrow. Because it's not just about releasing the funds to them. It's also going back and correcting her tax bill. Because the extra funds, basically, her tax bill is zero right now. So it has to be reversed out so that she then has a good tax bill that she can pay because that's what she wants to do. There was also, you can take one of these. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You don't take that then. So for anybody that wants, I have here, Franklin Planning Board has a regular meeting for consideration of an application for the development of a quarry on lot 19, tax map 2 on South Bay Road. I think this is the quarry that was some time ago, same
Mhm.
quarry.
Got shot down.
Yeah. They're looking to open up again. They're holding it on Zoom, but it's also, it's a public hearing. So,
Franklin,
I even have a map.
Are you part of
oh boy,
Friends of Tom?
That's the site.
No.
it's not my
I know they're getting into this.
neighbor
I want-
friend.
Wow.
No, it's up in Franklin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the one up by the university site.
Yeah, stuff.
I
Yeah.
remember hearing about that.
Yep.
at work.
So, yeah, you can keep that. So that came back around again. They're having the public meeting, so I figured let everybody know that
All right.
that's up there to do.
It was never really shut down. It's been
Tabled.
continuing on.
So they have that. I don't know to what extent, but I figure provide some material. let people know what they want to, see what folks want to do. Also, I got a call today from the RSU. There's a bus turnaround at the end of Moranci that folks have been parking in. So when these guys go out and plow, they plow the turnaround at the end of Moranci, nice and clear. The bus usually comes back, goes in, turns around. And they had to now today back down the road and back into someone's driveway who wasn't pleased that a school bus was backing into their driveway at this time of year. But people are parking in the bus turnaround because what can we do? So we don't have any signs. We never had signs. I think we had to have signs.
No parking signs.
But I think we need a bus turnaround. No parking, school bus turnaround.
That's
You
a
know,
great idea.
So
For sure.
My question is it a legit bus turnaround or is it somebody's driveway? Because I don't know where the turnaround is.
I don't either. I didn't
I
realize
thought
it
it was
was
a
one.
driveway.
they had sent me a list of turnarounds at one point, so I'll make sure everything is on there from what the list they sent. Because I figure if we're gonna have one in one place,
Yeah,
we should have one
no,
every place.
yeah.
That
absolutely
says
agree.
from this month to this month, it's bus turnaround.
Okay.
No parking, please. So I told that to her. I said, we're having a meeting tonight. We'll figure it out.
Feasibly, it's plowed turnaround, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are they gonna supply us with updated list?
I'm gonna refer to the old list first,
Okay.
and then I'll ask for a new list, and then I'll see if that's on either list.
By that time, it'll be summer and the buses. will-
No, they were quick last time.
Okay.
I said, you got yes.
All right,
So that's something we're gonna,
Yep.
I think it's only fair that they have that.
they're paying for the signs, right?
We could work something out. Only because you figure there's a sign and a post. Who puts the post in? Who puts the sign?
They got maintenance people.
But if it's a plow turnaround also,
We're just using.
then we go 50-50.
Yeah, we-
I'll make a proposal.
Piles only use it once in a while.
Buy a lock box, for the team for the law enforcement, that computer.
Yeah,
No.
anyway, so we're taking that.
And that's all I got.
Oh, you wanted to, sign the contract to replace Amy?
Yes,
Yes. You let these guys know who our new assessor is?
yes. So I see you waving your hand over there. While I pull this up in my head.
Decided that the minutes from now on online will not carry your signature. The signatures will be on file here with the minutes, but your signatures are not going online.
Okay.
Reason being, just a security thing. I can lift anybody's signature from any document.
Yeah, it should say signatures on file.
Mm-hmm. So the signed copy doesn't go. No one, no town, really. We looked at like 7 or 8 towns. I think one of them had. The one that had, we opened the document, I went click, and I pulled the signature right off of it.
Okay.
We don't want to do that. It's a security thing, so we're not going to do it.
Okay.
So Matt Caldwell will be our new, is our new assessor. Matt brings a wealth of experience from his other endeavors. As he worked for a larger firm. He has since gone out on his own. He does most of Hancock, does a great amount of Hancock County, including, what was it, Lemoyne? Yeah, Lemoyne he does as well. So he's from the Caldwell Municipal Assessing and Consulting LLC group.
Where's he based on?
I forget what town he's out of. Yeah, I don't remember. We talked about that, but I don't recall. But he's local, and like I said, he does a lot of the towns within. Because when he left the group that he went with, most of the business followed him.
Did you get any references?
I believe I did.
Remember who?
I asked him for.
Be able to be in the office.
He was here last week.
Yeah, Amy's still doing part-time.
Amy's still doing some part-time work, like what she started with for us.
So she won't be doing the accessor stuff.
No, she's more doing a little bit on the, like a little part treasurer, a little part tax collector, a little part of, little part. But
So how many days a week? She's still two?
one,
One day a week. So
yeah,
that's-
she's always been 1 day a week. Yeah, unless we were like in, tax commitment season and all of that.
But I was wondering if this guy is gonna be able to do 1 day a week.
So when you started here, there were like, how many employees in the town office?
Well, we had, when I started, when I started, we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, including Amy.
That's what I thought. So
And then we went up to 5, including Dina,
Yeah.
because we needed to, because we promised Lynn that she'd be able to,
Yeah, so
do her thing.
right now, though, we're at the two full-time, you and Yvette.
well, not even counting me, because you had in there, up until last year, we had Yvette full-time, we had Dina full-time, we had Gail 2 days a week,
Right.
Lynn 1 day a week, and Amy 1 day a week. And that's what we've been kind of floating on.
Okay,
When Dina left,
you absorbed, that was.
we did not backfill.
Yeah, you absorbed it.
So Gail's been picking up some of the work, so me and Gail are splitting the warrant.
So
I've been doing the
town
payroll.
Manager's been trying to save the taxpayers money. Right.
But that's what we've been kind of, we've been kind of doing the quasi on that, So it's been, and it does make it a challenge. You had said, where's your bill? I can't, could you resubmit that? That's unless, other than pull it from the contract, we went looking for it. But having 2 people do the warrant, it's like, you got this, I got this, what desk, where was that? And things just kind of move around and you find it later or you don't find it at all. But we've been doing a lot of that, yeah.
Good.
So to have Amy, and Amy does at some point want to be done. But much like all the work that was done when she first got here, reserve accounts and this and that, getting a book, getting us with the audits and all that stuff, getting us up to where we are now.
Yeah.
She wants to make sure we're in a really good place and really solid
First and
before, she wants to be able to be done.
Okay.
She has a workshop in the basement. She wants to inhabit.
Fire and EMS report?
Full flood of mutual aid back up. 7 transports for February.
All right, Mike, is it this Friday, Ray, that we have the meeting
Yeah.
again with
Posted.
the Zoom meeting with,
In person.
No, it's Thursday,
Thursday?
this Thursday, the 5th at 10 a.m. Should be in person. Follow up with Northern Light.
We're meeting with Northern Lights Health to try to make heads or tails out of our contract with them for services.
We'll figure it out.
We can do it. It's Zoom meeting, so
Well, it's either Zoom or in person. Either way, we can float.
I thought you sent the Zoom link.
It was a Zoom link.
I think. Generic.
It could be.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
It's
find
just a
out.
Teams meeting, which is my favorite meeting in the whole world. Never works.
Anything else you want to mention?
The only other thing is we are currently an inspection station for car seats for people. And we did an event. in Cave Hill, didn't have a lot of turnout. We did one at Mountain View, didn't have a lot of turnout. We actually had one of the higher ups at the YMCA reach out to us about Kids Health Day, April 25th in Blue Hill, if you don't do that. We've been trying to move to get someone to come with. Joe and I plan on doing, we're gonna put it out to the other techs in the area to see if we can get more people. So we'll be there for 2 hours, do what we can, it's about a half hour per seat. And we've still got people calling and emailing. Check it out, done some PhD tasks. Very good, the head of Maine Highway Safety, the head woman reached out to me. I talked to her when we went in July to the summit about becoming a distribution site. They wouldn't let us because there was a distribution site already in Hancock County.
What does it mean to be a distribution center?
Distribution is we have car seats on hand that we give to low income, can't afford, need a car seat.
Who pays for the car seats?
It's a state program. She has since reached out to me and said the other site closed and asked if we wanted to do it. So Ray and I filled out the vendor form the other day. I filled out the paperwork today. We will become a distribution, inspection site. It's not really a fire department thing, but at the same time, it's getting us recognition.
Oh.
So at the end of the day, when we go for grants and different things,
Yeah, you guys.
oh, you do this, and
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And you save the babies.
Well, so the guy that started this program is a retired colonel. He said he saved more lives doing this than he ever did with call. So this is what he does full time. There is a class coming up this July. Talk to Ray, I would like to see if we can get some more, down, maybe Parks and Rec people or more people to be able to do that. So that when we have a big event, we're gonna do it in light.
Yeah, so have you talked to Bonnie?
Yeah, so we're doing it that day too.
Yeah.
So just to be able to do more, because it's about a half hour, 45 minutes per seat.
Would it make it sense to do some sort of presentation during Sullivan Days for that too?
The problem is Michelle and I are the two, and we're tied up on the group.
Raising money.
So unless we can get some more bodies, which maybe let's do it, because it's in July.
You gotta consider that too, where do you do that?
So,
You'd have to.
So right now, this time of year, if someone wants to do it, we'll pull the rescue out, leave the rescue running outside, we'll pull them in the bay and do it. Because it's 2 days, I told them to do it outside, especially with little ones.
Have we heard anything back from the inspector for the fire station yet? The state inspection?
Just heard last week, and basically it's, when the snow disappears, I'll be around.
He needs to be able to walk around the building.
Never.
I have put out an extension request for safety works.
Yeah, I wondered where you
All up
were
in
with
my,
Yeah,
but it's the same thing with pump testing on the trucks. I can't do it until weather rolls around.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Now, harbor master report, did they submit something?
No, he did not submit anything. The conversation was, what are we gonna do about this upcoming work? And he's gonna be reaching out to the different, to Donnie and all that to get that going.
Where is he on the online registration stuff?
He's also talking with them as far as figuring out what this is, changing stuff around. So he's working with him as well.
Okay.
The guy Matt,
I know he
Kelowna.
reported a couple weeks ago on it.
mhm.
Doesn't sound like,
It's-
this is what the previous harbor master put in place, but nobody uses basically.
it was supposed to make things easier and make it easier for people to use, and I've seen less revenue come in for those things than prior, and I don't understand it.
Okay. So he's still got that high on his priority list.
Yep. Yeah, he was matter of fact asking me, have you heard from this guy? Yeah, he asked me if I heard from the guy. I'm like, no.
dry storage before, winter dry storage, people storing their shut.
Oh, I talked to him about that, so.
What's happening?
He
All
must-
the traps that are stacked up on. the
Oh.
floor.
yeah.
At Gordon's or?
Gordon's.
Yeah, people using it for their personal storage.
Mhm.
Oh, there's a bunch of traps.
Everywhere.
Didn't notice. Harbor master's father.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
Mhm.
what about planning board? You got anybody representing planning board?
No, the last they met, they were given the, solar ordinance to look at, when we got from East Machias.
Hmm.
For them to mull over and look at. I think you spoke to one of the guys from there.
Yeah, I don't, he told me he took it home.
Yeah, so they're reviewing that to get an ordinance put together, so we have something in place.
Sure.
Cause they had put, they put something out to say, what was it, moratorium out, and it moratorium expired, so you had to do something. So we got a sample ordinance from Kevin from East Machias. Very simple for them to go through, rehash, take it to Sullivan and go on in life.
Hmm.
So hopefully we can have something like that, again, to vote in June.
Previous moratoriums. You could do fields.
Field,
Mhm.
but you can
Totally
house.
personal use is fine, or building mounted, is
Mhm.
fine, but not 30 some odd acres of.
And it was to have something in place to capture that. If someone sold 100 acres and is to a guy that wants to put up a solar field, and you're like, well, you have something on the books at least. So that's their task right now. They're working on.
All right.
Committee or communications committee.
They're here.
I probably went out last week. And I was checking on Facebook, we've got some new followers on Facebook, which is good. There's a little report from them. Our, and I also want to make note of something that you guys know. The state of Maine is doing the new CVR .2.
What is CVR .1?
And the rest of all the people voting. And the other one, because we're kind of online and stuff, and like, you know, because people have asked me why I put them in the crier. About people being good standing. And for, it's not that they're bad people.
Right.
It's just that if you have not voted in a certain time frame, the state has marked you, canceled your voter registration. And if you're canceled, I can't say you're good standing, and I can't count those things. So you got to be put up, and that's when you re-register. Okay. Yeah, it just means that you have the right to vote, and if you don't exercise it, then they're gonna say, hey, you know, you haven't voted in like 10 years, so we're gonna mark you as unactive and unenrolled. So, that's all I have.
Perfect. Yes. Did you want to, we've heard about email thing?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, public comment.
Yeah, public comment. When you came in, and you sent me an email, you requested next meeting, we discuss what happens when the town rules and the property has been condemned. What is the timeline for cleaning it up? Also like to discuss the laws regarding the keeping of livestock on the town, and that we need a law, I think we call them ordinances here.
Mhm.
We need an ordinance requiring livestock to be in a fenced enclosure. So before we get there, I sent you a response and it bounced back, didn't come back.
Okay.
First off, have you heard back on your existing issue? You said you had, when you came in, you haven't heard back from the.
No.
From ACO?
I have, I reached out right after the first of the year, and
Yep.
then I heard from her where she said she had a meeting with the sheriff's office the following day.
Yep.
And I have since asked 3 separate times for follow-up and heard nothing.
Did you email her or call
Email.
her? I almost wonder if she's having the same problem I had, not,
Well, she's got my phone number.
oh, okay.
Um,
So would you like Ray, the town manager, to call her to follow up on it, or?
I know there are things you have timelines on that you can't control, but you can control communication.
Absolutely. So Ray, can you give her, well, we pay her, right? So,
Yep.
yeah,
I'll give her a call.
She has promised me that she would take care of the tree issue because, you know, the previous animal patrol officer read him the riot act about the animals being around, and the very next morning he cut all those trees and threw them in the yard. So they're connected. It's been months, and if I need to go claims court or something, I've lost all this time. And in the meantime, I can't get a stick of firewood off my porch without seeing the damage done to my tree. I can't think of putting a pansy in my yard this spring. And I can't stand at my kitchen window without seeing all of those trees 20 feet, you know, just dumped and tossed.
now, is this from the goat damage or something else?
He cut them.
He cut the trees and laid them
retaliation.
across where the animals were coming from that side over.
Yeah, I think that's a forest ranger's job.
She told me she would
No,
handle it.
it's not an animal. This is cutting trees is a forestry problem.
I agree with you.
Because they'll come in and measure the diameter of the trees and put a dollar value on them.
It's,
It's the forestry department,
they're trespassing.
Right, that's what-
Transfer or
the
something.
forestry department.
Do I go over her head?
Well,
If you want it done, she can.
she's an animal
Yeah.
control officer.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with trees.
Right now, what he cut is what's keeping them from coming across.
Right, but
So he's
the
got to
trees-
remove that mess and put something else up.
Right, but as far as the trees goes, you gotta have a forester in there. And he'll determine,
So I think I will call her and say, we need somebody else on the team, or,
well, let her handle the department of the animals.
Right.
But let the forestry department handle the tree cutting.
Yeah, it's,
Well, you need to go above him.
now to go back to the other part, you said so you're requesting that Sullivan put a livestock ordinance in place.
could we do that? I mean, it
What do we say about?
doesn't seem to be an unreasonable thing.
Nothing.
You follow state law.
And state law doesn't say it needs to be enclosed.
A license, vaccine, and a leash, but an animal with horns can trot down the road.
Can you ask our animal control office if she got any insight into other towns with their ordinances? We can have sample ordinances, we can take a look at.
I mean, my concern is if it's something that needs to be voted on at the town meeting, I can't ask 2 weeks before town meeting.
Right,
It
right.
needs to be done. And the other issue is that the condemned property was a very big part.
Okay,
of where
find
those
out. Where did you find out that the town, because I couldn't find out that the town had condemned that property.
Did we didn't
No.
officially condemn it, did we?
Did you condemn the property?
No.
No,
So
Not
why was
officially.
this told that by someone who knew?
They don't know, obviously.
yeah, that, because I looked into it and the town has not condemned that property. The town does not own that property. Town does not.
We did tell her that it needs to go.
We told her her building's in disrepair and she needs to do something.
I'm
And
sorry, I'm not hearing you.
she was told, Grace Riley was told that the building's in disrepair and that there's something gonna have to be done. And she was looking into having something done, selling the property off and everything, and nothing was done. So now we had to reach out to her to see, what are your intentions? What are you gonna do? Because if she's not going to do anything, then we have to have a public hearing in which the building would be condemned,
Right,
and then then there would be a period of time in which she would have to take action. If not, then she would be fined X amount after this many days for this much a day for whatever.
when's the last time you contacted them? You and I talked about this. I
Yeah,
think, before,
we talked, I think maybe
And you got sick, so is there something you can reach out to her?
I
again?
have her phone number
Yeah,
because she lives up in Lincoln, so she's not local.
yeah,
So she's really not even here or around here.
right.
Once in a blue moon, she travels through here. So she knew.
Well, there was a couple times last summer that somebody went in and stayed in the
The
camper.
camper.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we'll follow, because I wanted to find out where we were in the
Mhm.
process, so that we're not far along as you thought we were. We haven't, the town hasn't condemned it.
I was
Mm-mm.
misinformed, and I won't tell you who told me, but
Oh, yeah.
they said that the property was condemned and we were allowed to pay $100 on the back taxes.
No.
That's not correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Are the taxes still in order?
I think she's maybe, let's see, I could tell you,
It's-
give me a hot
But-
second.
In sense, a requirement would go a long way towards.
Options if it was still in arrears that the town would just
Okay,
assume.
sorry, we're not further along on this. We're kind of back to the starting point, but we can start moving on it. Again, we're a lot smarter on it than we were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, there were a lot of options we're looking at. We're just trying to get her to respond.
And I'll follow up with Ray. When do we meet? I meet with him every Monday, so I'll follow up with him this coming Monday and see where we are on those items.
With the animal control.
Yeah, to see if he's had any, if we've been able to contact him.
Yeah,
It's 1 year out.
Oh.
It's not even any danger of being
No.
anything. So it'll be 1 year of lien taxes against it, but that doesn't equate anything for the town to take to foreclose on it.
so
That's
that's
a better tax bill than mine.
not even in the.
And
Still hoping we'll knock that down like we did the other ones.
you know what? I've heard that story a lot and I can't
Mhm.
find any record of that even being discussed or that happening or who got paid or anything. Yep.
It happened.
Everybody tells me, oh, it happened about this time. And I go back and look and I can't find it. Grace Riley.
make it so that they had to either pay it when the property was sold or.
I heard all kinds of stories. Yeah. There's no record anywhere of anything.
Well, years ago was done.
Yeah, I went digging through
Probably more than that. Yeah, probably more than that.
Yeah, and then they probably put a stamper on it, like,
Been
It was
in
them.
town for 17 years in April, and they wanted me to burn it.
Yeah,
And it was just in, so. It's been, actually, I still got the double burns for it. And the burn letter. Okay.
no, can't do that.
Still can't burn.
I've been a part of Sullivan for 13 years. And it was down before I moved here.
Unfortunately.
All right, any other public comment? Any board comment? No,
You don't have executive session.
we do
Sorry,
not?
no,
Do we?
sorry.
Yeah, let me tell you what it tells you as a return. Let's see.
you have the connection
Yeah, I mean, I got it, and
with hiccup.
I would think all these people would be.
it says your email address is Graham3.
GRAM3, MST@AOL.com.
Yep. And I tried to send it twice.
Maybe it's an AOL thing.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll type the address from start. Instead of replying to it, I'll try to send you as a brand new. Yeah, because I got it, obviously.
You know what? I have your email as well. I'll try and send you one right now.
Okay, make a motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor?
That's okay.
What? Yeah. Let me stop this thing.
7-11.
If I were to find out, or should I go?
I'll let you know.